Hello, everyone. This is Andreas Pop Culture Guy. Today is the latest Andreas Pop Culture Retrospective slash review. It's on the Terminator, the 1984 film directed by James Cameron, starring Lyndon Hamilton, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Michael Biehn. Now, as everyone knows, this is the classic sci-fi action film, The Terminator, 1984 films. This year it's 40th anniversary, so it'll be a good time to review this film, finally. So, which is really great for me. So, let's get into it. Now, The Terminator is a 1984 American science fiction action film directed by James Cameron, written by him and his, previous fiance or previous wife, Gale and Hurd, the producer of the film, plus produce other films like Hulk, the 2003 film, and the Incredible Hulk 2008, and then of course the Walking Dead franchise. Now, as I said before, it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, the cybernetic assassin sent back in time from 2029 to 1984 to kill Sarah Connor, played by Linda Hamilton, whose unborn son will one day save mankind from the extinction by Skynet, a hostile artificial intelligence in a apocalyptic future. Then Reese, played by Michael Biehn, is a soldier sent back in time to protect Sarah. Now, the Terminator, of course, is a breakthrough movie for James Cameron and his career, and even after this film, he helps to create many classic films. This, of course, its sequel T2, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Aliens, and of course Titanic, to name a few. It's still arguably his best directed film. I mean, challenge anybody to watch this film and point out one single shot that needs the improvement, and it's not. It's still fantastic after 40 years of rewatching, reviewing, because the direction of this film is fluid and precise. I think one moment in the whole 100 million running time that I could want to change. Not really. And that's the impressive part. After 4 years, Cameron made one of the best films that's well directed, well written, and rewatchable. Now, as everyone knows, Cameron was, and of course still today, a notorious perfectionist who's very difficult to work with. If you've seen the documentation behind scenes of The Abyss, you understand what I mean. But his perfectionism really pay off with this film because it can be watched again and again without losing its entertainment value. He's a master of small touch, as when a cop at the desk is filling out his paperwork with a small pencil and pauses in the mid-sentence to look up and see the headlights coming towards him through the doors. That's what I call great direction from Cameron. Cameron also co-wrote the story, as I mentioned, with his wife, his his other previous wives, Gale and Hurd. So this movie meant even more to him personally than merely directing Toronto. Supposedly, he drew his inspiration from a nightmare in which he was being chased by a humanoid with one glowing red eye. And indeed, the whole film has the urgent and oppressive atmosphere and calm logic characteristic of a nightmare. But of course, he was probably remembering subconsciously a couple episodes of the other limits that he saw as a kid, which explains why he had to acknowledge the writer Warner Ellis in the credits. Besides Cameron, this movie really belongs to the three leads I mentioned before. Arnold, of course, gives the best performance of his career in this movie. This is probably why the Terminator role is his most famous out of the bunch he has done over their 40 or 50 plus years at acting. Then you get Linda and Michael, of course, who are really great in this film. And I will touch on them later. But let's stick with Arnold first. Arnold's physical presence and harsh accent have never been put to better use in this film, and I think they really complicated the cold and calculating killer of the Terminator persona, while you get the human side where Linda never had another role that required her to run through such full range of emotions, sweetness and vulnerability, and toughness and despair, etc. She really gives a great female role for everyone to look up. And then you got Michael Biehn, who is really fantastic. He's always been a great actor, and I think The Terminator really is essentially a movie that fits in his performance very well. He proves that he can be an action hero and is much more compelling when he's vulnerable, not only to physical pain, but emotionally difficulties, to which his big hunting eyes are put to good use, which is really great. Watch him in this movie, and as a man throughout with his time, but with a mission, you see he will be the perfect match of an actor and a character simultaneously. Now, as this film is not a typical action film, the amount of violence, bloodshed, and the Terminator could be excessive, but in the film about unstoppable killing machine, the envy can be pushed. And one of the more memorable set pieces, yeah. Oh my god, the Terminator takes on a whole entire police station full of 30 comps. And although I didn't exactly count them, just my script on rain, the viewer gets the sense of watching every single cop being gunned down by this killing machine, and it's really haunting and definitely the highlight of the film. Now, earlier I could describe this scene as a slaughter, or as cool, but yet there's something unnaturally cool around Arnold with his sunglasses and leather jacket going through the station with a shotgun and assault rifle and taking on everybody. Arnold's hazy charisma helps the audience stomach the cold-blooded termination of the Terminator, which is good. But also the character's single-mindedness invites admiration. Even as we're appalled by all the killing, we have to admit he does it very well. This movie has more than enough gunfire, explosions, and stunt work, including some of the especially good stunt driving of the car chase scenes we get in the film to work purely as an action picture, but it's the film anti-technology paranoia that makes it more just exciting, right? Notice, for example, the subtle role that Sarah's answering machine plays in the story. The cops can't get into transfer because of it, while the message she leaves on it brings the terror right to her. Then we get in one memorable shot that the tracks of the construction crane, because those of the killing machine in the future crushing a endless row of skulls, which you can interpret in many number of ways. Is it a crack against urban renewal? Maybe. But also note that the criminal subconscious is enslaved by his beeper, and that even in the post-apocalyptic future in which machines have destroyed the world, trillions still huddle around television set in a desperate effort to be entertained. Now, wrapping up this review, it's always been the debate if either Terminator 2 Judgment Day is better than the original. It's hard to choose. I think I like the first one more than the number 2, not because I hate it, but I think they're completely two different films are very different. I mean, look, I view the Terminator as a more deep psychological, intellectual, consuming dark thriller in a vein of a horror slash film. And then you got Terminator 2 Judgment Day as a more action film with more or less recycled plot like the first one, but the plot is still good here. But it's still the same too, but just more in a grand scheme of things. It's hard to choose a favorite because they're very different, I say for. I mean, look, T2's budget is 10 times larger than the first one. But if you want, as I say, a horror psychological thriller, aka a slasher film, the Terminator is better for you. If you want special effects and really fun time, Terminator 2 is that, and they're both excellent films. To this note, I highly recommend watching the Terminator, the 1984 film. In that case, happy 40th anniversary Terminator, and thank you everyone for joining me on this spectacular Andre's Pop Culture's retrospective slash review on the Terminator, the 1984 film. I'll be back for more, and thank you so much, and please subscribe and hit that like button. Ciao.